Hey Travis, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you, Cam? Hey, Roland.
Hello, Travis. Nice to meet you. At least online.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you too. I've heard your voice a lot. Really appreciate the Skimo Stats website and of course the podcast. I mean, I've listened to most of your episodes and I've learned a ton. It's been really helpful to research some of the guests that we've had on here. And it was really helpful. I know you do some sports commentary. I've kind of been exploring getting into that, and your podcast has been super helpful in terms of researching all the Skimo athletes and learning about them. So thanks, man. You're doing great work.
I appreciate it. That's why we started with this years back. So yeah, happy to hear that it's helping in a way we want it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, man. You're making ripples all around the world. And so remind us, you coming in today from Slovakia?
No, I'm now living in Prague in Czechia. We moved from
Mm.
Slovakia due to personal reasons, and yeah, I would say call it like this. Everybody can think about. But yeah, now I'm recording with you from Prague, so one of the best and most amazing cities in the world, I would say.
Have you been to Prague, Cam?
I have not, but if I was ever to visit a city, it seems like Prague should be high up on the list. For
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I went about
Yeah.
10 years ago just doing the tourist stuff. It is awesome. It is so beautiful, so much to explore. I mean, the river and the bridges and the hill. I can't remember the name of the hill, but I ran up there looking over the city. What a fantastic place.
Yeah, the vibes are great, and the culture you can feel it everywhere, and also the beer is one of the best in the world, and it's very cheap. Yeah, so
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming, guys. I mean, we can chat about whatever you want here. Roland, we got a few notes. We'd love to hear about your background and the history of Skimo Stats and last season and the next season. But you're of course welcome to ask us any questions that you have. If you want, you no pressure, but if you want the recording, you can use it for Skimo Stats or parts of it. If you want to save anything, we can get that to you. We're just really glad to have you along.
yeah, thank you too. Yeah, I appreciate that you wanted us or me on this podcast, and happy to cross post some things. Yeah, we can then do something together after the podcast. Happy to do it.
Yeah, cool, man. Before we get into any ski stuff, I want to ask you about ultra running. It looks like you've been pretty active, right? Just in the last year, like the CCC race at UTMB, Transvolcania. I saw that you did an ultra in Slovenia, and you've been doing a lot over the years. I think in addition to Skimo competition. But what should we know about your ultra running?
Ah, so you dig deep, really. Like, I hope that you wouldn't come to my personal sports, but yeah, like I was playing ice hockey since I was 4 years old. Then I did canoe slalom, and now for some years I'm running, and like 2 years back I decided to try the ultra running distances, and hell yeah, I love it. It's awesome to be out in the mountains for a lot of hours and to be just with you, with your body, with your mind, and against the course, or maybe better said, with the course, because you can't beat the mountains. You have to play with the mountains to respect the mountains and everybody around you, like the competitors and also the people who are on the track volunteering. I'm always like very like thankful for them. And I remember at Summer Pieramenta when we were going to the finish line with Hugo Deck last year. Like I had tears in my eyes because yeah, it was like amazing atmosphere, and all the old people from Ares up in the mountains for 3 days. It's amazing
Mm.
experience. I mean, Cam experienced this in winter, and I think you agree that it's very special also in the running races when you see the passionate people it's like a nice drug. You want to experience this again and again. So yeah, I love it.
Travis has been to Pyramenta too. He had a race cut short with injury, but yeah, we're all enamored with Hric and trying to get back there and do some racing and eat some before, or maybe in reverse order, eat some before and do some racing while we're at it.
Yeah, that's right. Cam has lived in Arèche, France. Awesome spot. I think, did the Tour de France go through Arèche this summer? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah.
It did this year, yeah.
Yeah, I think so I saw that on your I guess it was the UTMB page. Tell us about the summer race, because the winter race, it's a Skimo stage race, 2-person teams. Is the summer race the similar format, Roland? Is it a stage race? Is it nonstop? What is the ultra run like?
Like the summer Pyramenta is the same as in winter, but it's 1 day less. It's only 3 stages, but yeah, I mean, if you are a good skier, it's helping you to go down from Grand Mont in 5 minutes on skis. Running it down, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, your knees are not okay with it, and you are doing this for 3 days in a row. But it's amazing experience to be there. In winter, we are doing the photos, the videos, cheering for the guys, and then in summer, you are in the same mountains. Last year, racing against Xavier Gachet, for example, and I'm covering his winter, so it was funny. And I have to say that everybody, you have to experience also the winter one and summer one. It's very special.
Awesome. In the summer, is it the same as in the winter, where you don't know the courses until the day before? Or do you get to know the track ahead of time in the summer, since they don't need to be setting the course and dealing with avalanches and stuff?
I mean, summer is better in this, yeah, that you got some schedule. They post it on the website, so you know approximately the peaks of the stages. But of course, sometimes it happens as in winter that it's like planned 25 and 250, and then it's 29 and 310. Hey, so it's also like this.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little numbers make a big difference, especially in the summer when then you have to come down that extra elevation, right? Roland, are you still playing hockey at all too? So in a lot of like ski towns, like where Travis and I live in Colorado, there's what we call beer league hockey, where all the the post high school and college players, or people just learning the sport for the first time, get together and drink some beers and play hockey a few nights a week. Do you ever still play?
Yeah, like I stopped with ice hockey in 2014, and then I had, let's say, 4 years without stepping on the ice rink at all. Yeah, at first I sold my hockey equipment to a friend, and then I bought a new one and started playing beer league in my city in Slovakia. And like 3 years back, I stopped also with this, and just yeah, in winter we have some occasions when it's like frozen lake, and we go just to have fun with friends and with girlfriend, and just to be there and to enjoy the winter, to skate. Around Christmas here in Prague, you got a lot of like frozen spaces, and also on the river, on the main river called Vltava, you can go and ski on some boats, and it's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm not playing anymore, but yeah, you can't forget the movement. And I mean, I'm running. I'm doing a lot of running, but if I put all my skills, I'm still the best Roland is ice hockey player. So yeah, if
Nice.
I have to sum it up.
Yeah, you're the kind of person that people watch out for in beer league. Like, oh no, like he played hockey, not like he's learning how to play in this league. Like, no, like he actually knows how to play. So watch out for him. He might score 2 or 3 goals a game.
Yeah, and then you have at least a lot of friends, yeah. Or your teammates are your friends, but the others are like, oh, why he's playing with us? He should play with some professionals.
Yeah, it keeps the physical therapy and like the physio businesses in town busy in the winter. It's like people
Yeah.
get injured skiing, maybe living in towns like this, but also plenty of people playing beer league hockey in the winter, and then softball in the summer. A lot of hamstring injuries from people
Yeah.
sprinting out of nowhere when they haven't run that speed in 10 years.
Yeah. What
Agree.
other sports are you into, Roland? Whether it's as a fan, commentator. I heard you were talking about Tour de Lombardia, cycling. I hear that you're into NFL football. You're kind of a
Yeah.
jack of all trades, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, sports is my life, and my life is sports in all terms. And we have one saying in our family that uh, you like play the TV and there is sports. If there are not sports, then we watch sports. Then we watch sports, and then maybe if there is no sports, then we watch sports. So, so it's like this. Yeah, we have like sports and movement in our veins. Since I was very small, I was watching like almost everything. I even remember watching WWE, the wrestling from US
Yeah.
when I was small. Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. Now I know that it's only just theater. Yeah, that it's not real, but it's a really nice show. And yeah, NFL. I mean, I'm watching it for maybe almost 20 years, and I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. So yeah, I was expecting this. So you can see who is my
No,
QB
put
now.
that away.
There you go. Audio
Ron's showing
listeners,
a
he's got
Jordan
his
Love
Packers.
jersey, everyone,
Yeah.
which is not okay. Not okay with me as a growing up near Chicago. So that's it's always been a point of contention at the Skimo races. We have a little bit
Yeah.
we're a little bit
I
frenemies,
love it
friends and
always.
enemies out there.
Yeah, and of course, cycling is amazing sport. And me, my brother, who is also behind the Skimo Stats, and one friend, we are also doing the biggest cycling podcast in Czechoslovakia in our free time, and we have social media for this. So yeah, just enjoying the life, enjoying watching sports, and yeah, we are living just once, so why not to open a lot of doors? I'm calling it like this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good for you.
Awesome.
Huh, I didn't know you did a cycling. I'm a huge cycling fan. What's the name of your cycling podcast? And is it in English or not?
Yeah, it's in Slovak, and the translation of of the name is like about cycling. In our language, it's all ciclistica. So yeah, it's
Yep.
very easy.
Okay. Great. Good for you. How often does your cycling podcast come out?
During the Tour de France last year, we did every day one podcast, and during the season, we try to be on time with some updates. So now we did preview before World Champs, a review of the World Champs, then preview of the European Champs, a review. Then you had Lombardia. Tomorrow we are doing like after Lombardia, gravel World Champs. Then we had Tour of Guangxi, and and yeah, then we will do a recap of the season. And also we are trying to display young talents from Czechia and Slovakia. And especially in Czechia, they have now very cool project based on young girls. They made a professional team of young girls, and we want to display them. So we will have podcast interview also with the CEO of the team. So basically, very similar to what I hope what we are doing in Skimo, that we want to highlight not just the best athletes, but also smaller countries, and try to open new topics, and to not be like very traditional in some opinions, or just to be calm. If we don't agree with something, or if we see a room for improvement, let's try to do it. Yeah, nothing happens. But if we are just sitting and nodding, it's not moving. So so yeah, I try to be in my life in all areas like this. Somebody can disagree, but yeah, that's okay. That's life.
Yeah. Good for you guys. I wish I could listen to your cycling podcast because I listen to a number of them, and it sounds like you guys have a great take on it. I think in the women's gravel worlds, was there a woman from Slovakia who was in the lead group and kind of played a key role in how the race unfolded? Am I remembering that correctly?
I mean, one girl was in the break in normal road world champs in U23 category, and she
Okay.
was then second in the sprint, and she was also second in the time trial. And she's only 18 years old, so maybe that's it. I don't know about gravel,
Yeah.
but maybe you mean that. I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can't remember exactly what happened. I think maybe there was a Dutch woman in the front, and then there was a teammate of Lorena Wiebes who helped pull back Wiebes to get her to the win. And I
Yeah.
thought maybe she was from Slovakia or Czechia, but I can't remember. A trade teammate, not a national teammate. Um, yeah. Anyway, how about
Yeah.
on to Skimo? What should we do for those who are not familiar with Skimo Stats, the website or the podcast? It's a website I've been going to a lot. I know Cam is very familiar with it, but those who aren't familiar, what should they know about that project, Roland?
Uh, I think the Skimo Stats started in a very modest way. Yeah, it was just a dream of a friends, and like me, my brother, and one friend called my brother is Randy, and the friend is Igor. And we were eating pancakes in one restaurant in my previous city when I was born, and just having some ideas. And then my brother came with the idea about making something like you have in cycling, pro cycling stats, so you can find easily all the results under one roof from Skimo, because it was very difficult to find results from Pyramenta and then from the World Cup. And I mean, before Skimo Stats, it was not possible to have the results from national level races. Yeah, it was impossible, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the main idea. And also the social media are pretty strong right now, but it was not the plan. Yeah, the plan was just to have the skimostats.com and to collect the results, statistics, and data about athletes. But we created Instagram and Facebook accounts just to promote the website. But then it turned that people loved our content, and now we got over 20K on Instagram, and I don't know, maybe 13K on Facebook. But yeah, the numbers during the season, I mean, the reach is over 1 million per month in the winter, which is not great for us, but for the whole sport, that we can see that there is like a room for improvement in everything, in targeting new audience, in attracting people who can also sponsor not Skimo Stats, but also federations or athletes like Cam, who is
Mm-hmm.
paying a lot of money just to be able to come to Europe and to stay here for 2-3 months. Yeah, because it's like crazy what you are guys doing from the overseas, not only US but Canada and Australia. Like, these people are putting their own money to just play on skis. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. So I mean, this was the pillars in the start of the Skimo Stats to help this sport grow. And I mean, there were some mistakes. Like, we all do mistakes. If you are not trying, you are not doing nothing. Like, you have to do mistakes, because yeah, you have to do mistakes to move on and to move forward and to make process. So Skimo Stats, I hope I'm not lying now, is the to-go website for Skimo World, for Skimo
Absolutely.
Race.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hands down.
And our social media are authentic. We are not playing it like professional. We are not trying to have the, some niche graphics. We do graphics, but we do authentic graphics. And my last my last sentence for this long monologue is that the best ideas for Instagram posts are coming when I'm sitting on the toilet, because there you have a lot of time and you are really authentic. So this is like, to sum it up, we try to be authentic in all areas we do in winter. And I hope maybe Cam can also try to say something about us. I would like to hear what do you think about Skimo Stats as well.
Yeah, it was, you guys came in like a freight train out of nowhere in 2020 pre-COVID. I remember meeting you guys at some World Cups that season, so the season of 1920, and before Skimo Stats, we would try to look up whether it was our own results or a teammate or someone we were competing against, like, oh, I just finished in the vertical next to this guy. I wonder what his best results would be. So I'd have to go to the ISMF website and then find, okay, here's the previous vertical race. Oh, it looks like he didn't race there. Okay, let me press back again. Okay, scroll down. Okay, there's the one before. And it was just madness. Like, you didn't actually know what people's rankings were, their best results from 2 years ago, 5 years ago, what events they're strongest in, like what years they miss. Like, you had no real idea. Like, I wouldn't even try, really. Like, if I wanted to know someone's sort of like Skimo story, I would look at the World Championships results and then scroll until I found them, or like just control find feature like their name and be like, oh, they finished 5th this day and 30th this day. And like, it was just a mess. Like, you would have no idea. You didn't really know what people finished in Pierre Menta. You didn't know anything. And then now you go to the Skimo Stats website and you can look at it for your own data and be like, whoa, I'm scoring like kind of these points and these disciplines and these points and these disciplines, but 2 years ago I did much better in this race. And then you can go and see like who had the most chocolate medals of the entire season. You can see who raced the most races in Sweden. You can see who was the youngest athlete on the World Cup, the oldest athlete on the World Cup. Like, it just, the database is incredible. And like, just the way you guys have organized it and be able to like see all the results compiled in one place, like calling it the go-to place for Skimo Stats is an understatement. Like, it's what our team does, our coaches do to like check our results from everything. Like, it's super well done, and you guys take photos at races, which never was really much of a thing before. Like, there's photo albums from Skimo Stats that we can like find our own pictures and then post them, and that helps us grow our reach as well. And just like it completely changed the game. Totally. So thank you and nice job for everything you guys did as a group.
Yeah, it's nice to hear it. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, thank you. We are happy that that it's making athletes and maybe families of the athletes happy, because if you are at home and there is no live stream, uh, at first your family is wondering if you are alive, and if you are in the finish, you are alive, or if we post a picture of you, you are okay. You know. So starting from the basic things and then going to the, maybe we can speak about it what's coming soon from our side. But it's nice to hear that we are bringing value to the sport and to the community, and this was what I really wanted to do.
You're doing a great job. And I want to mention, we mentioned briefly before, but to our listeners, if you like our Skimo podcast, be sure to subscribe to Skimo Stats as well. I think that's the title of your podcast, right? And it's great. It goes back a ways. Like, the Cam's on there, and a bunch of our previous guests. Really good interviews. So you're doing well with that area too. One question I had is the how of Skimo Stats in order to get all these results, especially, the national cups and these kind of, all these races, and many of them in the winter. Like, one Saturday, there could be, who knows, 27 races. Are you combing through data, kind of like Cam mentioned, or do you have some kind of thing that pulls that data automatically to your site? Like, how does it actually happen?
No, we don't have any automatic thing, or I don't know, AI or something like this. I wish we have, yeah, to be honest, because yeah, sometimes it's 12 races in one weekend or even more, and
Wow.
yeah, from Italy we can get PDF from a coach, but it's not automatic. I have to write him on WhatsApp. Hey, can you send me the results? Oh, it's not online yet. Okay, so please don't forget and send it to me. Then we have link to Spanish results, but it's not written well, so we need to put it manually. Then we got just the photo mobile picture from the French National Cup, and so we are doing it manually because we don't want to do some bad wording in the names and surnames. And I mean, this is the most important thing because your name is your legacy. Yeah. So we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to make mistakes in the surname and the name because it's not respectful to the athletes. Even if you have some dialects, you know, in Eastern
Yeah.
Europe, in Slovakia and Czechia, you got some symbols, yeah, like the things on the S or something. So we
Yep.
want to make your surname, and even the Norwegian guys. So yeah, that's why we do it manually. And yes, that's the workflow during the weekends. We are waiting for the results, and we are writing to our contacts, to our friends, because Cam is right. We started in 2019. Like now in December, it's going to be 6 years since we launched our website. So in these 6 years, we are very happy to have so many friends across the whole Skimo world. So I write on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram to the people, and they are happy to send us the results. But no, it's not some engine doing it for us. Yes, there are some pros and cons for this, but in the end, I am and my brother, because the result it's only on us too. And thanks to doing it manually, we are in a really good contact with the names. For example, now we have a lot of youngsters coming to the top places in the World Cup, and we knew some of
Mm.
them. For example, the Spanish sprinter Biel Puyol. I remember him
Mm-hmm.
since U16 category, and I,
Wow.
I I knew back then that he's amazing because he was winning all the races all year long. Yeah, so for us, it's not
Yeah.
surprise he's there. So that's the biggest positive point of doing it manually. Yeah, it's time consuming, but who cares? It's okay.
Wow. Good
Yeah,
job,
it
man.
really shows the labor of love on your guys' end because there can be a Saturday afternoon in the US and it's getting to evening in the Europe and I say, hey, like Roland, Randy, like here's the results of the race we did in at A Basin this morning, and you'll say like, great, like we're putting together a few photo albums and gotta enter the data from about 6 other races first, and then we'll get to this. But thanks for sending it in. And then lo and behold, somehow 60 minutes later, I log on or not log on, I open up Skimo Stats. I'm like, oh, there's the results from our little race on the other side of the world. Like it's amazing the amount of work you guys put into it, and especially it, yeah, being a labor of love. And I want to make sure to point people towards your guys' Patreon account because all these
Mm.
hours and hours of work and this travel and everything you guys have done to make the sport more accessible and easy to understand for the top athletes and the fans that are noticing it for the first time is all a side hobby for you guys while you're supporting yourself with regular jobs. And you do have a Patreon account, so people can check that out and get some extra content and see some cool photos and then access to some different podcasts with some interesting guests and coaches of top athletes and things like that. So people should definitely check out your Patreon for Skimo Stats as well.
Thank you, Cam. Thank
Absolutely.
you. You can be our marketing guru if you want, because you are doing it well now.
I, you know what would be another good job for you guys? Maybe this will actually happen in the future, but I know like World Tour cycling teams, they hire consultants to help figure out what is the next talent. You know, who are these 16, 17, 8-year-old, 18-year-old men and women coming up? And man, if some, you know, Dina Fit or if some of these companies get to that point where they want to find who's the talent, like, man, they gotta pay you guys because you know who's coming up.
That's
And
brilliant.
good idea. And I mean, it's happening a bit because, as you know, we have a really familiar partnership with Atomic, and I have to
Mm.
mention Patrick Tricher. He's amazing guy. He's the guy who was behind the first Atomic team, and not only the Skimo, but he was also behind the Alpine ski team back, like, I mean, 20 years almost. And then he was the creator of the Atomic Skimo team of Mireia Miro, Kilian Jornet, then you had Damiano Lenzi, then Daniel Zug came, Jakob Hermann, now you got Thibaut Anselme, Celia, Remy, you know, Davide Manini, and Patrick is still in the game, and sometimes he on the races or via the phone he just write, hey, what do you think about this and this? So but we are friends, yeah, and he's amazing guy, and also he's one of the guys who did a lot for the sport, and I hope that in the future we will be able to highlight people as Patrick on our social media or podcast, you know, because there are some very like great people, but we don't know about them, or the athletes know because they see Patrick, yeah, or the Atomic team knows him, but the you Travis, for example, you don't know much about him, but he's such a great man who build something and maybe set a standard for other teams, let's say. And now we can see it through the like Dynafit, then you got Dynastar, yeah, Skitrap, for example. And behind all these teams are like very very similar people to Patrick. So this is maybe something, yeah, also for the future. We want to let's say dig deep there and try to pick some really interesting people who are humble and don't want to be maybe visible at all, yeah, but we want to make them visible.
Awesome. It's like I think Patrick from Lantern Rouge worked for the Visma team to some
Yeah,
extent. If he was doing some kind of analysis or something like this, like it makes so much sense for you guys to be doing
yeah,
that for
he's
Skimo, and then maybe
strategy.
you should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
doing the same for cycling. Yeah. Yeah. You could
Well, like
do some
Right.
if
cycling
some
work in the
coaches
summer.
are listening, we are open to try it even for free, and then we can we can see what's going to happen. Yeah, because since 2020, like from 2020-21 season, I have been almost on the all World Cups and championships and everything. So yeah, I mean we have some database also here, not only on the website. So we are free, yeah.
Yeah. I think
People.
it's awesome. I think it's a cool lesson that like whatever you decide you want to do, to just do it with passion and intensity and do a great job at it. And it can be something that's a total hobby and you're just doing as, again, a labor of love. And it turns into this huge apparatus and leads to these future opportunities. And who knows where it goes next, of whether it's your career or something you're doing for fun or your sport or whatever. If you just put passion into it and do a good job and really like you said earlier, like just make the most of your life and do whatever you're doing 100%, then good things will follow. So yeah, we'll see what happens next to you guys, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a great lesson
I,
for people.
yeah, I
It's
agree. Totally
inspiring me to
agree.
hear
I
about it.
mean, yeah, yeah. It's true, Ken, what you said, because back in 2019, I was 20 years old. My brother was 17. I dropped out of college because I hate going to college, and I didn't see potential for me there because I was annoyed. I had full-time job as a sports journalist in a local newspaper, weekly newspaper. I was doing sports. It was full-time since I was 16. I was doing full-time job, and
Oh,
one would say, just go to college, you will be 25, you can save a lot of money for a lot of years, blah blah blah, but it's not life. And so I dropped everything, and then I was afraid what to do, but I tried to follow my heart and my passion, and not just to pick the easiest way. And now, as you said, yeah, it opened so many new doors for me. And as you mentioned, we are having our full-time jobs. So yeah, I have two at the moment because I am doing NBA basketball analysis for sports betting company. So
wow.
I'm covering NBA to like really good depth, and then also one new work. And this without Skimo Stats wouldn't be possible because I learned to trust myself. I learned how to speak with people. I learned a lot of, let's say, crisis management when you are in Boitaul and you have to upload 200 pictures and there is shitty signal. Yeah, you know it. In this valley, it's like you are on the moon or somewhere. Yeah, it's nothing. And we were like, what we are going to do? We are going to drive to Barcelona, or we are going to end this project? No, you have to find a way, and that's what it gave us, this project. It was, for me, it was the best college possible. Yeah, all respects to Harvard and to all these all these amazing schools, but for me this was better than Harvard. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you, Cam, and thanks for like putting it to the words like you did. Yeah, that people just trust yourself. And I mean, we are living in a world, one can say it's bad what's happening, yes, but on the other hand, it's the best world we ever had. We have everything what we can dream of. You want
Mm,
to have this medical treatment, you can have it. Yeah, I mean, everything is possible. uh, Even there are some stupid wars going on. It's the safest era of the civilization. You can sleep
mm.
and nobody is going to do something bad to you, yeah, or to the majority of the world. And I mean, try to make the best out of it because you are not having it again, yeah. Or yeah, some people can say it's like Matrix. Maybe it is, but but speaking about facts, just guys, do it. Nothing is going to happen to you if you have your family around you and your friends. They are not going to let you down. Yeah, just try to be yourself and deliver what you want. That's the purpose.
Wow.
Man, thanks for sharing all that, Roland. And NBA analysis, I had no idea you were doing that as well. And I really appreciate your perspective, especially a lot of American listeners. Like, we can take things for granted and forget, like, yes, how lucky we are to be safe, to be able to go out and go skiing. What
Yeah.
a privilege. So thanks for that reminder. I'm curious. So that database in the head, we're talking here with the master. What as we record here in October, like, what kind of trends or key stories did you see last season, whether that's World Cup or the grand courses or just the sport in general? And then as we look ahead here to the 25-26 season, about to kick off, what are you looking forward to, and what do you expect, or what does your crystal ball tell us is going to happen?
Oh man. I hope that the Skimo will go to a higher step. That's the first thing. And what's going to happen, I don't know. I mean, the Olympics are planned. Some people can think that we are against the Olympics, but it's not true. Yeah, we experienced something very unique in the last season with Save Skimo campaign, which started with William Bonmardion's. Uh, in Andorra, what he did, on the start line, refusing to do the individual race there. And some people from Andorra took it that it was against them. No, it was not against the Andorra. It was some reminder for all of us, for everybody involved in Skimo, from the ISMF till Grand Course and smaller races, regional level races, because it takes all of us to make something. Because what we are experiencing now is good, but not also good. And this is something what's in my head for maybe 2-3 years, that it's amazing that a lot of people, thanks to the Olympics, are more professional. Yeah, that maybe it's easier for them to go to the altitude camp, to have a salary, to be just focused on the racing. But what about the others? Yeah, a lot of nations don't have this privilege, and we can see that only the sprinters and mixed relay people are living their dreams. But the core of the Skimo was like back in 1924 in Chamonix, the first Winter Olympics. There was Skimo patrol, like the team of three. Presenting sport, or I don't know what's the official name, but Skimo was in Chamonix, the very first Olympics, Winter Olympics. Skimo was there, so the core of Skimo is individual and team race. And I mean, we can do both ways easily. Yeah. I'm a fan of sprint and mixed relay. It's amazing, like what they are doing during the sprint race, the transitions, the skiing on 65 under your foot. If you know how crazy it is to ski like, I mean, it's like on cross country skis, and you are doing giant slalom on icy Boitaul slope. Cam, you remember it, because sadly you got injured there. I remember I was like, oh man, this is not good, because in the morning I saw the giant slalom, and I mean, Michaela Schifrin would have a lot of problems there, to be honest. And so to speak, I mean, I admire the sprinters. I admire what Emily Herob is doing, because a sprint is so short and so dramatic, and she is killing it there like a queen. Then you got the men who are flying literally on the track. So I really want to say, and thanks for this, let's say, opportunity, that I'm not against the Olympic Games, or nobody from the Skimo Stats is. So, but we need to work also on the team and individual races, and also vertical races, because this, in general, this together is our product. This is what we can sell. But sprint and mixed relay, it's not going to make a difference. Sadly, no, because people don't understand it. Because they ask you, but where is the mountains? You are going to mountains, and now you are not going to mountains. You are doing the same as people in cross country, and what's the purpose? And this is something we need to at first try to speak about internally and externally, and then we have to find how to push both ways, because it's possible. I mean, it's possible. You can see in other sports that it's possible to push both ways. And yeah, we have to connect in the sport in general. And then I hope that the goal for this winter, or my crystal ball or something, is saying to me that I mean, the Pierramenta will be the Olympic Games of this season. This is my bold pick for this winter. And yeah, that's something I really think can have a big influence on the future. Like, this season is important, but not as much as the Olympics. But what we are going to do, like around other events, because Skimo is not about Olympics. We will have races after February. Yeah, so this is very important.
Yeah,
Great.
most of the races will happen after February, right? February will be 36 athletes, and it'll be a great show. And I hope that the production teams and the media does a good job of explaining, like, okay, yeah, I know they're putting their skis on their back on this groomed ski slope, but here's why. And then cut to footage of someone climbing the arête up to the Grand Mont. And like, I hope the storytelling exists there, and then people cut to like yeah, gain some interest in the sport and gain some curiosity and see the excitement of the format that is the sprint and relay, because man, the racing is exciting and it's dynamic and it's not like a lot of sports and unfortunately some endurance sports where it's like, okay, here's the strongest athlete. They move towards the front and then slowly build their lead to the finish,
Yeah.
or win the biggest races in the world with 100-kilometer solo breakaways on road cycling, which of course it's an amazing performance. But anyway, back to Skimo, it's like some people or some athletes have a lot of power on that first climb of the relay. Some are better uphill, some are better descenders, some are stronger in that second lap of the relay. And then the transitions can totally change everything. So the point is, I think it's going to be really exciting racing for only 36 people. And then the rest of the season will include Menta and individual World Cups and all the
Yeah.
amazing, incredible national cup events all over the world, which a lot of times are my favorite events of the season. And so how can we take that momentum for only a few athletes and only 30 minutes of racing on a couple days and make something more out of that and make the Olympics different in 2030, 2034, include the individual race and show why we're doing what we're doing and get people hooked on the sport, because I think people are going to watch sprint and relay racing and be like, wow, this is really exciting to watch. Not necessarily something I feel like doing with my Saturday morning or going to the mountains and doing, but then when people see Menta or like an individual race in the future, I think that that'll be when it really takes off, when there's drone footage covering someone climbing up to the summit and racing each other down a couloir. Like it'll be the biggest spectacle in the Winter Olympics and one of the greatest spectacles in sport. And so the potential's there, but I think what you're saying, what I agree with, and I want to hear if you have any responses, like we need to make sure we stay focused. Like the Olympics are a great opportunity, but stay focused on what Skimo actually is. Even though the sprint and the relay are great, it's not what Skimo uh, is at its heart.
And I see that you've done some sports commentary, and again, I mean, man, you're a jack of all trades. In all, you could do NBA, NFL, like World Tour cycling. You could plug and play. It seems like in any of these. Have you thought about for Skimo, especially for the Olympics, like doing commentary in Slovak, or are there media outlets? Is that something you're considering? I mean, I think you'd be great because of course you know all the athletes, you've got all the stats in your heads, and yes, you're also a great person to explain. Here's how this connects to the other disciplines of the sport that hopefully we might see in 2030 or 2034.
Yeah, I mean, nobody like questioned me with this before, but I think I would be uh idiot if I'm not accepting this, because then I would be lying about what I was speaking back, let's say 20 minutes, that we want to make this sport bigger, and if you have the opportunity to speak about our sport, to bring more storytelling to it, then it would be a nice room to be able to speak about Skimo. And yeah, I'm not against this. I would be nervous, yes, for sure. I have never done something like this before, but I mean, if Eurosport comes, we are open, or I'm open, and hopefully they will be happy to hear more about athletes' background. That some of them are doing, let's say, full-time work in summer. That, for
Yes.
example, yeah, some racers were full-time athletes. Now they put everything to one line. That's their career. And also, if we are speaking about others, there is a lot of storytelling we can have, like Alba De Silvestre and Michele Boscacci. They have like animals, cows, bees. Matteo
Mm,
Eidalin, he is such a special guy. Then you got Thibaut
yep.
Anselme, who is loving photography and photographing nature and animals. Then you got Robert Antonioli, who is like a hunter. Nadir Maged, he is guide again in the mountains. and a lot of interesting people. For example, Sarah Dreyer, one of the best women in verticals and individuals. She's a teacher, yeah. So who knows this? Who knows this? And tell me other sports having this. A biathlon, it's like majority of the guys they are professionals, but here we have a really interesting mix of different personalities, hobbies, professions, and I mean that's what we need to keep pushing around this storytelling, because we are unique sport. We are very unique people. We are very connected to the nature. Now we are seeing the climate change, and I mean we are the cleanest sport in the winter, I would say, yeah, because you are moving out. You can ride your bike. If there is not much snow, you can ride your bike to the first step of snow. Then you put your skis on and you can go up and down, and you don't need a car, or I don't know, ski bus. Yeah, you can do it on your own. So I mean, if we are speaking about storytelling, Skimo is a really, really nice sport, and we like used maybe 2% out of what we have in the athletes.
Man, I think we should share this footage with Eurosport or whoever else is broadcasting, to Prague or anywhere else, because you are ready to go, Roland. You got all the facts.
Okay, now I'm.
Back to your podcast. Do you have any favorite episodes of the interviews that you guys have done over the years, or if our listeners want to try out one of your interviews, is there one that you would recommend they try? I mean, of course, Cam Smith would be first up, but after they listen to Cam's interview, what would you recommend they check out?
Yeah, but once they're sick of my voice from their Skimo Gold binge, where are they going with Skimo Cast?
I mean, it's hard to pick one, because it would be bad against the others. But I mean, all the time you can speak with Emily Harrop, for example. It's amazing because she's speaking English very well. She is very intelligent, very friendly, and I mean, she is one of the best in Skimo, but she sees it from above. That that she's not so crazy about the racing or so. That you can see that she's so chilled. Yeah, for me, she's one of the most relaxed people in the circuit. But also, I liked the first episode with Tove, because I mean, it was maybe her first podcast in English. Maybe, I don't know, and it was amazing. She was so open and so nice there. But try also the other athletes. I mean, there is no favorite one. As well as, if you ask me who is my favorite athlete, it's very hard to pick one, because we have so many stories with the athletes, also from the after parties, Cam, so yeah, it's hard to pick one favorite. So yeah, it's our sport is unique, and as I said before, we have a lot of people who are unique, who have unique background, and yeah, I mean, this sport is so great in this, that if you want to follow a top professional who is putting everything to it, who is like so professional in all aspects, you go to Remy Bonnet. Yeah, but if you want to follow a guy who is like crazy and who has a great engine, then you got Matteo Edalin. And if you want to have somebody who is doing dual professional career, then we have Paul Werdniak, who was racing for Lidl track development this season, and he's doing Skimo and will be in the Olympics. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if also some people who are not from Skimo are listening to this, but I bet you are going to pick your favorite easily from our guys in the circuit.
Very good. I'm glad you mentioned your interview with Tove from Sweden, because she is super interesting, right? The ski orienteering and also orienteering. She's done all these sports. She just won a world championship in mountain running, right, Cam? When you were there in in Spain. We got
She
to get
had
her
the
on this
highest
podcast.
ITRA score of any
Ever.
performance of all time, too. So she won by such a
Wow.
margin and finished so close to the male winner that
Yeah.
statistically it's being called the greatest trail running performance that a woman's ever had. And I mean, anecdotally,
Yeah.
it checks out. She beat
Yeah.
almost the entire U.S. men's short trail team, and we sent some dogs to
Yeah.
that
Wow.
team.
Yeah.
I didn't
Some like
realize that.
professional runners with really big wins, and Tove would have been our second male and almost our first male. So yeah, she had one of the
Holy
best
cow.
races of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she is
She
fun
was
to
in top
watch in
20 or
Skimo.
18 or 16, something like this, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Dang.
Ro. Crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to see how she races Skimo this winter because she's up at the Stelvio now and then has her eyes on helping her team qualify a quota spot for the Olympics coming up and we'll see how this winter goes. So Roland, before we let you go, do you have any bold predictions for what you see happening this winter, 25, 26? And we'll call them bold predictions because if you say something for a bold prediction that doesn't work out, it's okay because you were going out on a limb. You weren't saying it's going to happen. You were saying, here's my big bold one. So do you have anything you foresee in your crystal ball for this coming winter?
Yeah, I know the bold predictions from the NFL world, and I mean, let's have bold prediction that n- not Oriole and also Emily they won't be the Olympic champions in sprint. That's my bold prediction.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we will see a surprise there, let's say, because they are the best when we see their results. But yeah, my bold prediction is that they will be not on the top spot of the Olympics. And yeah, they will hope that 2030 they will have another chance to claim the gold. But of course, in the mixed relay, they can do it. But I really like the Swiss team, and I think Robin Bussard with somebody with Marianne Faton will win the mixed relay. I don't know why, but I really like their teamwork and the Swiss team. They really put everything, as well as Spanish team, to the Olympics. But not only like 2 years back, as we see now with the France and Italy or others, but Spanish Federation. They picked sprint and vertical years back because in the Pyrenees there are very bad winters since maybe 2019. Yeah, so they change their focus and they say to themselves, okay, we don't have so much snow, but we can be good in sprints, even we don't have 80k vertical meters before the first World Cup. And they really made it happen. When you see how many people they have, I think it's amazing. And another bold prediction is that Ana Alonso will be back for the Olympics, even she is now very
Yes.
badly injured. And I
Yeah.
really hope she will do it. Even not, I mean, what she is now doing and how she is working hard to be back. It's like heads off, and it's so inspirational. Like 2 days back, we saw a great Remy Bonnet's performance, 27-21 in fully vertical kilometer, but also Axel Gachet-Mollare, she beat her own world record, and yeah, she's the first woman to run a VK under 33 minutes, which is incredible. Yeah, she beat Xavier by minute, her husband,
Wow.
and it's ridiculous. And what I want to say is that when you have Axel after 2 kids doing these amazing performances, you got Anna, who was last winter injured before the first World Cup, and then in Courchevel she was one of the very best. Now she's doing the same again. You got Johanna Himmer after 2 kids in her best of her life, and you got other women who are amazing before kids, after kids. Yeah, they are so great. We got so many role models in our sport that yeah, it's not bold prediction, but I really want to like highlight the power and the mindset of the Skimo women. It's amazing to have such great girls in our community. And yeah, I really hope we can help them and the future or the young girls in some development, because I would like to see more women's team on Pyramenta and on other races,
Mm,
and even with the same prize money in all races, and
Yes.
just to make it happen, to help them and to open the doors, because we need them. We are nothing without women in all aspects in life, we have to say it.
yeah.
So also we
Yeah.
need them to shine and to be able to shine. Yeah, if we can do it, let's find a way. And I mean, the last bold prediction is that we will see Remy Bonnet and Kilian Jornet at Pyramenta, but not in one team. that they
Okay.
both will be racing, not together as it was said before, because Remy said it in our podcast that he wants to do it with Kilian, but I think Remy will do it with his great friend Aurelien Gay, who was amazing in fully double vertical kilometer.
Mm.
So yeah, that's my bold prediction, and I would like to hear from Ken maybe the bold predictions about the Olympics from the North American standpoint, because it's really close there. Canada, USA, you are friends but rivals. Uh, what's going on there? What's your bold prediction for the qualification?
I mean, in my heart and mind, I feel pretty confident that it's gonna go well for me and my team, of course, but that's because you get a bias when you see your own training and your own teammates and you spend time with everyone else. It's like, man, our level is really rising, but I have full confidence that the Canadians are doing the exact same thing. And because we're in this situation where we both need to perform at our absolute best to be in, I think it's going to raise the level of both. And what I think you're going to see happen. So, how about this? I won't say directly if the US or Canada will be the top North American team and in the Olympics, but I think you know where my head's at. But my bold prediction is that the team that beats the other at Solitude will need to be in the top 5 to do so. And I think that that's going to happen because the level has risen so much for both nations, and they're both so much more focused than they were a year ago, which was so much more focused than they were before that. And then the rest of the world will have to travel to us at altitude and cold, dry snow where the skins are going to be sticking differently and the skiing is going to be totally different. And so I think for the relay team of US or Canada to qualify, I think they're going to need to be in the top 5 overall.
Yeah, yeah. And
Nice.
if I can add one thing, I mean, or I feel it's like the end of the podcast, or Travis was put in some kind of preview of the end. So we put something to our stories, let's say days back, that the App Store and Google Play, something is coming. So yes, we are like in the final stage of developing the Skimo Stats app. So yeah, this
All
winter
right.
will be another step forward for the whole Skimo Stats and for the whole community. And there will be some new features, ideas implemented into this app. You will be able to claim your profile, to upload your picture. You will be able to discuss with fellow, let's say, Skimo enthusiasts about teaming up for Pyramenta. There will be, let's
Wow.
say, some kind of discussion page. And also, what's important for us, we want to be eco-friendly, so there will be topic for car sharing also in the app. So a lot of things coming,
Wow.
and I hope people will support us, because yeah, at Patreon, I mean, a lot of people don't understand this initiative, but for us, it's the cleanest way how to get money from the fans. Yeah, I will say loudly, there is no better way for us. And even we are not doing any content, I feel that we did some work in the past, and your €4 per month. Uh, let's put 300-400 people. For us, it's all of the World Cups are paid for us, or the biggest races. For you, it's €4. I know what's €4. It's one flat white a day. Yeah. So if you can spend one flat white on Skimo Stats, you will be our game changer. So it's easy and not easy. I know money. You need them. But because we were, to be honest, I never said this before. We were like talking about ending this summer. Yeah, to be open. We were this close to end. But yeah, something in my heart, I was like, no, Skimo Stats for me is like Horcrux for Lord Voldemort. You know, when you kill it, you are like almost killed. So yeah, I don't want to have one Horcrux less. I'm not going to say my other Horcruxes, yeah, but one of them is Skimo Stats, so you can go and find it. Yeah. But we will be back this season, and we will be back with the Skimo Stats app. And we will try to also do something new in our content, and something is cooking for the Pyramenta. So hopefully there will be some good show.
Great. I love it. Guys, thanks so much. Man, Roland, hardest working guy in Skimo. Listeners, yes, check out the Patreon, check out skimostats.com, check out the Skimo Cast podcast, which is awesome. And maybe all in my bold predictions. Yes, Team USA in the top 5 at the World Cup in Utah. I know you guys are working hard, and the altitude. I think Canada will do well with the altitude as well. And then second prediction, we said it sounds like Remy and Killian are not teammates for Pyramenta. So I'm predicting Killian Jornet, Cam Smith, teammates for Pyramenta. It's going to be awesome. I will be rooting for both of you guys. I haven't talked to Killian. I don't know if Cam has either, but oh man, dude, that would be awesome. Roland, any final places people should find you guys, whether it's online or social media or anything else?
Yeah. Social media of Skimo Stats, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and mainly on our website. And if you have any ideas, if you have any idea how to make Skimo Stats better, write us, because we know that we are not the smartest people on the world. I'm like in the very low ranking in this aspect. So be free to contact us. And yeah, my bold prediction is that we will finally have a lot of croissants together, Cam, because we never had one.
That's right.
So we need to do it.
We'll have one in Bormio and in Naresh.